dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Lacey Roberts.
Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning on this Friday, March the 13th. And Lacey, last night it got a little bit treacherous for some people and some rain falling in parts this morning, but for the most part, we're out of the woods now.
Right, and I think I was asleep through most of it last night, and I heard most of it while we were up, and we're saying that heavy rain can really make you sleepy, so it's really hard to get your day started. But as the day goes through, maybe that'll kind of taper off, Brooke, and you can get through the day without being totally distracted.
Yeah, we're seeing much better conditions today. Just a few stray showers this morning, but other than that, looking like much better conditions. If you look over into the University of Virginia at Wise, you can see they are still seeing some of those stray rain chances this morning. A little bit wet out there. Definitely got to be careful if you're out on the roads this morning. Could see a slick spot or two, but these showers really just kind of focus now within Harlan, Letcher, and Wise County. I mean, the rest of us already starting to look on the drier side. Still seeing a little bit of some stronger winds, though, even up to 20 miles per hour in some spots. They are coming out of the northwest, so they're going to bring in some cooler air and really help us cool down as we head into tomorrow. But for today, still a little bit on the warmer side. Temperatures getting into those mid to upper 70s by this 50s by this afternoon. Lacey?
Thank you, Brooke. Governor Andy Beshear gave another update last night on the coronavirus. Kentucky now has 11 positive cases of the novel coronavirus. The new cases are in Fayette, Harrison, and Jefferson counties. Now, one big development, Governor Beshear recommended all schools cancel classes for the next 2 weeks. And if they can, give a third week off due to spring break and to take it. He also said it may need to last longer. This is the first time the governor has made a recommendation for schools to close this week.
It is a big but necessary step, and announcing it gives our superintendents, principals, teachers, and parents time to prepare, and it will give our schools the time to provide the at-home assignments and guidance that are needed.
A state hotline has been set up to help Kentuckians who have questions about the coronavirus or just need help. That number is 1-800-722-5725.
The Kentucky General Assembly postponed the session until March 17th. Next Tuesday, leaders say it's an effort to prevent spreading COVID-19. Governor Beshear is expected to give an update on Kentucky's response to the coronavirus this morning at 9. You can see that live right here on WYMT.
16 Kentuckians returning from Grand Princess cruise ship will be in voluntary self-isolation for the next 13 days. Kentucky's public health commissioner said all of them had tested negative for the virus.
On Wednesday, President Trump announced a new step to curb the spread of the coronavirus. A travel ban on all flights coming in from continental Europe is now in effect.
And as Jim Stratman reports, that's putting passengers at Bluegrass Airport in Lexington in a bind.
One traveler told me it's quiet at Bluegrass Airport. He's right. And with a new travel ban issued by President Trump, more people like Jeff and Pam Cunningham could be canceling their trips.
We were going over there to visit our son, and we were really looking forward to it, and he was looking forward to having visitors. So it's something that we probably planned for, I think, maybe at least a couple of months.
It's kind of funny, I'd been praying and asking God to make it really clear if we needed to go, and I was feeling like he was giving us the okay. And then when President Trump said that last night, I was like, that's our answer. We're not going anywhere.
There wasn't really any longer. We needed to really kind of listen. We heard what we needed to hear, to be able to make a decision.
But it was very disappointing.
The Cunninghams tell me that their flight to Germany wasn't going to be an issue. They were concerned about what would happen next week.
So the guy here at Delta kind of clarified that, told us, he said it was all travel coming back in. He said you would be able to go out of the country today, but you wouldn't be able to come back in because they're cutting off all flights coming back in.
And another concern. Would they be quarantined if they were able to return?
If I had been told today, yes, you can come back, but being quarantined after I got back, it wasn't really worth it to take that risk.
Yeah. And it's not like we're not gonna be able to travel over there to see him eventually. Yeah. This is the time, right? And we're all being cautious right now. Everybody's being cautious. Companies are being cautious. Governments are being cautious. So we're playing along, right?
Jim Stratman, WYMT Mountain News.
Another woman told our sister station WKYT her sister flew to Europe yesterday and is now scrambling to catch a flight right back to the States.
Well, the University of Kentucky is now racing against the clock. They have 87 students in Europe, and now they have until today to get them back to the States. They're also encouraging any students who are planning to travel to reconsider. They point out that even if an area does not currently have a travel ban, with information about COVID-19 evolving so quickly, they realize those situations could change.
We thought it was important to reinforce with people that travel, whether it's domestic or international. We don't know what's going to happen with those conditions. They're changing constantly. And so our best advice and counsel, seeing what we're seeing on the ground, our best advice and counsel was to really carefully consider any sort of personal travel right now.
The current plan for the university is once students come back from spring break, classes will be online for only 2 weeks. At midnight, movement between the United States and Europe ceased as the U.S. imposes that travel ban on Europe.
And one of Eastern Kentucky's own, Macy Morris, was on one of those flights last night to the Commonwealth before the ban, after she was almost stranded in Italy.
I caught up with Macy's mom, who is happy her daughter is coming home.
The past few weeks for the Morris family have been hectic.
But then they started canceling it, and then we were hearing the things that were going on in northern Italy. And that's when we started getting a little worried.
Morris tweeted just days ago about wanting to leave Italy.
When they started closing things down early over there, she got a little worried, I think. I think it was she was questioning what was going on just a little bit more.
As the Morrises started to pay more attention, they turned to getting Macy out of Dodge as fast as possible.
In her contract, she gets 2 round-trip tickets. So she was going to be home in another month anyway. But I don't know if they were postponing their season, but when they started saying they weren't going to do anything for 30 days, we knew that her season was going to be short.
They booked Macy's ticket just in time before President Trump's address to the nation last night. Now this mom cannot be more excited.
So I'll be glad to get her home and get her out of all this craziness that's going on around us.
To get her daughter home and wait as the isolation period starts.
Now, Patty Morris says Macy is not showing any signs of the virus. When they get her home, they plan to keep her close to home for the 14-day recommendation period.
And just a day after banning fans from the big dance, the NCAA canceled all winter and spring competitions last night. This includes the men's and women's basketball tournament. In a statement, the NCAA said the decision was based on efforts to not contribute to the ongoing outbreak of the virus. The NCAA follows the lead of the NBA, who suspended its season on Wednesday.
Well, back here at home, a local dentist was planning to attend the SEC tournament. Dr. Shana Couch-Holiday and her son plan to make the trip to Music City. She says even if the tournament had continued, it would have been tough to make the trip. She always has the patience at the top of her mind.
Certainly didn't want to bring anything back here to spread. So in the back of my mind, we probably were not going, and this just made the decision a little bit easier.
The SEC posted on Twitter, fans who bought tickets to the tournament can expect a refund by March 31st. Those refunds are only qualified if you purchase tickets through the SEC office, the university, or the SEC ticket exchange. Third markets are still up in the air.
And for more than 3 decades, Martin County fans long for their team to make it back to Rump Arena, and they finally achieved that milestone on Sunday.
This is a absolutely heartbreaking story among all of them, but the excitement was short-lived. Our buddy Forbes shares their thoughts over the heartbreaking news.
Word spread quickly at Martin County High School when the KHSAA postponed the Sweet 16.
It's disappointing because we've been looking forward to playing in front of everybody up there.
The Cardinals were preparing to represent the county at Rupp Arena for the first time since 1983, reigniting the county's passion for basketball.
This year has really woken the community up. We probably had 600-700 people filling the stands up until 1st of January. Then it started to really pick up.
With a team of excited Cardinals and a nest of support, they believe this is their year to bring home a championship.
Everybody's looking forward to going. We've had 40-some people sign up to ride the pet bus just yesterday. So it's people's not really liking it.
But after the first announcement Thursday that the team would play with limited attendance, then changed to a complete cancellation of the Sweet 16, Cardinal fans are not sure how to feel.
I was really disappointed because, how hard we worked for it. It was our year, first year here, we just ready to go.
And they know their boys are feeling even worse.
It's a bummer, man. I think it's unfair to them. I understand why, but I think it's unfair to them not to let them play.
But they hope a new tournament date is announced soon, giving them a chance to hit the Rupp floor and build up even more support.
A typical blue city of Lexington may become a red city whenever Martin County goes and fills that Rupp Arena.
As the anticipation builds. In Martin County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, some of us are still experiencing just a few showers this morning, but most of us, those showers have already moved on out of here, and we're seeing dry conditions already. If you look at the Doppler radar, you can see just a few of those showers really just to our south, just a few into Harlan and Letcher, but mostly into Wise right now. Wise County is seeing the majority of those showers, but those are moving out of here very quickly. Temperatures are on the warmer side as well this morning. We're seeing temperatures anywhere from those lower 60s to those upper to mid 50s. So definitely looking on the warmer side, but we can see those cooler temperatures over to the west, and they're going to kind of move on in here. So we're going to be seeing cooler conditions as we head throughout the morning hours. Temperatures cooling down just a little bit, and we lose those rain chances as well. So definitely looking like better conditions as we head into the afternoon today. So definitely get out and enjoy that little break before we see rain chances coming back in tomorrow. We're going to be looking at a little bit of a rainy week ahead, and we get a little bit of a cool down tomorrow as well before we warm back up before the next work week. And I'll break that down for you here in just a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brooke, thank you. And thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way.
Coming up, we have the latest on cleanup efforts still ongoing after flooding swept through eastern Kentucky last month.